Hello, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey, and it's Monday, time for lunch and learn. Depending on where you are. For me, it's just my second cup of coffee, and then we'll have lunch in a couple hours. So it just depends on if you're watching live or replay. I hope you'll join in on the comments and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. So I gave you a little teaser about what we were going to make. And then somebody said, oh, good, I want to make this card. Well, guess what? We're not making this card. We're going to make one like this. But I'll show you how that works. So I had somebody ask how to make this card. And so I thought I'd show you. This card works, or this design actually works fabulous for lots of different cards. So it doesn't matter if you have this stamp set or other stamp sets. You can still make this fun little card. I think this is called Chop and Shuffle, Stamp and Shuffle. I'm not real sure what it's called. A couple months ago, we did that stack, cut, shuffle card. And this is very similar, but this is only 3 cuts instead of 4 or 5. So that's what makes it different. Makes it look a little more fun, I think. So this is the original card, and it's made with, I think it's called Santa's Express. And on that particular set, you can stamp the Santa's train and the parts of his train, or you can cut them out of the designer series paper. So that's even a bonus for people that don't like to color. You can use that. And then this is some of the designer series paper. In the dies have this piece of railroad track. And of course it's too long. So I just chopped it off and then rounded the tracks so that it matched both ends. And then the sentiment that says Santa Claus is coming to town. And of course we had to put some puffs of snow up there, smoke, and they have Wink of Stella on them. And his beard has Wink of Stella. So this was a fun card to create. We made this on World Card Making Day in that class that I had here. So if you want to try this one and do it just exactly like I did, this is soft sea foam and soft succulent, and then grays and blacks and a little bit of, I believe that's Poppy Parade on there, not Real Red. Yeah, this is Poppy Parade. So let me show you another one, because of course I had some pieces left from this that I haven't put together. And so if I put this one together, I thought this would work. I could put a snowflake there and then a Merry Christmas, and I would have a really quick, cute card. So that one's laying around. I'll probably finish it today. So I also had some more pieces here. So I just stamped the Merry Christmas, added some pine branches, some holly berries, and some bling. And I got 3 cards, all from one chop. So let me show you how this works. Now we're going to make, I'm always looking for masculine ideas. And I know a lot of you bought He's the Man, and you have some of that paper. So I think you'll be able to recreate this here using this stamp set. Or you can use the Santa Claus, whatever makes you happy. So the first thing you're going to start with is, once you pick out your papers, and for this I picked the mostly the back sides of the He's the Man papers, but you want them to be compatible in color paper, but not too big and busy. So that's why I chose these. Now, this would have worked great if you are a camper, but not everybody, I don't know. I thought on this one, probably having the cars, because I was going to use that stamp set that says you're a classic, so I thought the cars would work. And the colors that go with this are early espresso and crumb cake. So that's what I'm going to start with. So your your base is 4 by 5 1/4. So I've cut that. Your 3 pieces of paper are 3 3/4 by 5. So if they were on here straight, you would have a nice little border. Now you're going to take all 3 of them at the same time. You're going to put them in your paper trimmer. And you're going to think just in inches, I guess, is kind of it. Let me see, I forgot. Good morning, Sandy. And hey, Tricia, thanks for joining. Karen, thanks for joining us today. So I want to think about being about an inch from the right-hand side, right about here. So I can see it on my paper trimmer. I'm actually going to go a little more than an inch. And then I want it to be about an inch down here. So do you see what I'm getting? An inch here and an inch here. And I think I'll go a little bit more. That looks like an inch and a quarter. Now you got to hold it tight because your blade is going to want to move your paper. And you'll pull that out. Now you're going to turn this. And now you're going to be thinking about an inch again. You're going to make sure everything's still lined up. So here's this inch. And I'm not going to worry about that one. We're just going to, you want to be not quite halfway, because that would look too perfect. You want to, and we'll cut there. And we'll lay that to the side. And now we have this one. Now the trick is that you're cutting all 3 at the same time. And they don't mix them up yet. So now you've got your crumb cake base. You're going to take one and put it here. You'll just move these over. You'll put the second one here. And then this time you're going to go for the third one. So there's one card. Now we can go pick up this one. This one. And this one. There's our second card. And then here's our third card. So see, you shuffled them. Now, you're not going to glue these down until you're sure that you've pulled the right pieces and don't have 2 of the same on one card. And now we're ready to glue these down. Now, I found it the easiest to start with the largest piece because you've got more edge to line up on your card base. And if you use Tombow, then that gives you a little grace of if you need to move things. And now, let's see, that looks pretty good there. So I'm not going to push it down or rub it until I'm sure it's all lined up nicely. Now I have a challenge for you. If you try one of these, you need to post it on my page so we can all admire it. That looks pretty good. The trick is leaving some space between these if you can. And it's not perfect, but nobody's going to notice, I don't think. We're going to get a piece of paper out of the trash here and put some glue under the, right here. That didn't get very much. But I don't want to glue it down until I'm sure it's where I want it. Okay, there's one. The other cool thing about this particular set is if you got the paper and all the die cuts that go with it, you could just make the cards with those die cuts. And we might look at those. I'll have to wait and see. Let's see. Now it's getting a little crooked there. There we go. Put a little, slide a little glue under there. This one came out good. You never know. Each time it's a little different. Because this cut here, you're kind of, well, all the cuts, you're just guesstimating. So each 3 cards will be a little bit different. All 3 cards. And then the next time you do this, it'll look a little different. I love the fact that that just gives you such a variety. And I'm always wanting variety. And it's different. Okay. Let's see. Now I had pulled out the Together for the Long Haul. But I think I'm going to do this one, Every Day with You is Another Adventure. But then let's look at some of our die cuts and see if any of those work. And these came, oh, this one, yeah, Cheers to All Your Years. I like that one. And then I could stamp one of those mugs, the beer mug in there. That one might work. Let's see, that, you make me happy. This one, no, because it's not very colorful. You're Stronger Than You Know. That would be good for a Thinking of You card. Looking Sharp would look cute. You're Flippin' Awesome. Oh my goodness, lots of choices here. Oh, let's see what this car. Look at that one. I like that. And then we could put Happy Birthday under it. Too many choices. But I think for sure I'm going to do Every Day with You. So let's get a piece of white and Early Espresso ink. Hi Marge. Hi Kay. It's good to see you guys today. Ink this up good. Looks nice and juicy. Let me see what the stamps are. I like that, but I don't like the, I'm not real sure. Let's see if it looks better on this one. Yeah. So that means this one needs to be different. So let's see. We will cut this out with the die. This doesn't have a small happy birthday, so I'm not real sure about that car. We'll see. All right, so let's die. Oh, let's see. Another one I pulled out thinking sometimes you need a masculine thank you. So I did pull out a thank you stamp. So I'm going to stamp that one. Doesn't, I guess it's okay to send flowers to men, but maybe just a masculine thank you card would come in handy sometime. So we'll die cut both of those. Now let's move all this out of here and grab the mini, because I think we can die cut with that. These are small. I think this one would be a great anniversary card. Now we need to do this thank you, and then we'll see what else we want to do. This is actually from the tulip one, something with the tulips on it, tulip fields. But it was a nice size. Thank you. Now we need some embellishments on here. And this die has, this set has the coolest Argyle dies. I think that's what they are. They kind of remind me of Argyle socks. So we're going to cut some with Cajun Craze. And then we'll cut some with some early espresso. That's tight. I forgot to pull out a piece of early espresso, but I bet I can find one here. Let's see. That's a little piece. Well, this has 2 of these, so we can cut 2 at a time. That way we'll be sure to have enough. I was wondering, actually, not that I want to cut a bunch of these, but if you had a whole row of these on your card, I think that would look pretty cool. Maybe if you could get a grandchild to do some die cutting for you. All right, now let's poke these out. They do end up with some, the little pieces pop out very easy on this card, on this die. I don't, it's because they're pretty straight edges. And this 3-cut chop or whatever is a good way to use up some of your designer series paper. Because if you're like me, you've got a lot and you want some more. I always tell myself I'll use up what I have first, and then something new comes along. There, I'm going to throw all this away so it won't be in our way. All right, we've got our card bases. So I'm going to put these on Early Espresso. Go ahead and fold these. And the other day I spent time just making a bunch of white and very vanilla card bases. And then here I am using color this time. But it's always nice to have something ready for when you're ready to make your cards. Let's see, where's our third one here? This is the one with the car. All right, so we'll put these on our card front. The third one. So you can see how you can get 3 cards done fairly quick, and they can all be for a different reason. An anniversary, a birthday, thank you. I'm gonna meditate on this one to see. So we'll put it to the side. Just not positive that's what I want to do. I like it though. So, okay, we don't need glue just yet. We do need some dimensionals. We've got our die cuts. I like that. So we'll put those. And I just usually put them where they cover the point where everything meets, but I suppose you could put them somewhere different. But I kind of like it that way. Now we cut these pieces of argyle, and that's why we did a Cajun Craze, and then this is why we did early espresso, because you could, that just doesn't show off very pretty there. You need that color. And if you wanted to add a third color like the yellow, crushed curry, you could, but I think the two colors, well, the three colors we've got going here are enough. And we'll just put a dab of glue on here to hold this down. It doesn't take much, it's pretty fine. And it's small, so it's not going to go anywhere. Hold that down. Yeah, I thought the die cuts just kind of gave it a little pop. And I love these. I'm really going to debate thinking about, would I be willing to cut out a bunch of them for a card front? I'm not sure. Now we've got some insides here. When you cut this paper, you're going to have some little strips left. It doesn't matter which one you put on which card because they've got all three pieces. So we just add a little border down at the bottom. I'll make sure we use all our paper. Since this is a thank you, it doesn't really need anything else stamped on the inside. And this one, I think I'm gonna get that Adventurous Journey stamp to go on the inside. I'm not going to stamp it. I glue it down until I've stamped it, just in case I mess it up. I think that would be cool to put that. But we do need to have a little more, so we're going to put some bling on here. I like the copper. I think it looks really pretty with these colors. So we're going to put the have to scrape that little bit of glue up. Know where that came from. And let's put one more down right about here. Now you always have to have some bling, don't you? Alright, so we've done these three. This one will be a surprise when I post it because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Do you see how easy that was? I also did some that just said happy birthday to a classic, and it has the same design. Now I'm going to review for you so you can remember how we did this. And I'm going to cut one more stack of paper because I need some thank you cards. And I thought this would be pretty. This is the penciled, perfect pencil paper. And I like those three together, not too frilly. So let's chop them up. That way you'll hear me say it one more time. So this is 3 3/4 by 5. You're going to put it in here and think about an inch, inch and a quarter. And then about an inch up at from the bottom. Hold it down tight. Now you're going to slide it, make sure everything stays together. And you're going to look here for about an inch. Hold it down. That might be the hardest part, is to keep it from sliding. And now let's see what this looks like on Bermuda Bay. Could be any color with black and white. I like it. There's one. Two. I can see here, I'm going to have to put a big flower or something there for my thank you. And then 3. I think these are going to be pretty cool. All right, so thanks for joining me today. And as we've learned how to make these chop cards, I think these are going to be real pretty. I'll post that later today. And how you can decorate them just depending on what stamp set you have, what image you have, what thank you, whatever sentiment you have. You can decorate it however you choose. Okay, that was fun. Thanks for joining me today. If you're watching this as a replay on YouTube, take a minute to subscribe, and that way you won't miss any of my videos. I'll see you soon. Bye.